Separated gets
It looks cute.
Hi, everyone, and welcome to Take a Pause with Mare, where we will talk about the pause in all of her glory and not so glory. So grab some coffee and get to talking. So today I have the privilege of having Raquel back in with us, who is the creator of the website menopause.com. And she brought along her friend Monica, who is a divorce lawyer. And we thought, let's talk about the Meno or the gray divorce, as it's called somewhere. Here, Meno divorce. In the UK, here, gray divorce. But so let's get to talking. So, hi, girls.
Hello.
Hi.
How are you today? Good.
My dog, just to be fully aware, my dog likes to be in every episode that we tape. So he will
Perfect.
probably occur here at some point.
Doing
And
a
I,
little dance in the back.
yes,
Perfect.
yes.
Perfect.
We love dogs, so
Yeah, we do. We do. Monica brings her dog to work.
yeah, he's German Shepherd. He's very disruptive, but very cute.
Nice.
She's a really good dog.
He's pretty good.
So, gray divorce.
Yes.
It is very common now. In 1990, only 8.7% of U.S. divorces involved adults of 50 plus people, but by 2019, it was about 36%. That's nearly 40% of the
Yeah.
people divorcing today are 50 plus. Like we aren't talking about this enough out there, ladies. I mean, this is a conversation that should be had.
Yeah.
Right.
But how many of you feel like a stranger in your own marriage sometimes?
Feel like a
That's
stranger
her.
in your own body.
I'm really feeling the joy here.
I know, but
Fine.
you feel like a stranger in your own body. So yeah, of
Mhm.
course, that's going to just go right on to everything else.
Mm.
I,
Your dog agrees.
Yes.
he honestly, he's going to kill me. But yeah, um, so yeah, I mean that's probably what people, and then you just keep going, and then enough is enough, probably.
Right.
Right. Yeah.
Being a divorce lawyer, I see it. I never really kind of thought about that until we started talking about it. How what the gray divorce, and you would think I would know as a divorce attorney, but people come to me of all ages. But when I start to think about it, there are a lot of mostly women that contact me when they get older, and they're just done.
Well, and
And
that's really funny because women usually initiate the divorce. I don't know.
And I do find that to be true.
Yeah.
I do
Really?
get some calls from men, but it's overwhelmingly women.
I think the statistic is like 69% of divorces are initiated by women. Like
Well,
69%.
I don't know the exact statistic, but women that are married live shorter lives and men live longer. So why would they want to get a divorce? They have it easy, I feel like. Not everyone, I mean, obviously, but I know for me, my husband, well, he won't watch this. He would be screwed without me.
And that's okay to say.
Yeah. I say it to his face. He's fine.
Don't give him the link. We won't give him the link.
Yeah, we're not
Oh,
doing
no.
it.
When it'll be aired. I don't know what it is.
Oh my gosh. Well, I think it's just because there's a lot of like neuro mood shifts. You know what I mean? Like with women, as we're going through this phase, there's just so much that we're hit with at once. Like we are forced to face our own like shadows, the things that we've buried our entire life and we've kind of suppressed. We're faced with that because like it or not, ladies, that shit's coming back.
Yeah.
It's going to come back with vengeance.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you don't, yes, exactly. If you don't fix it when it's happening,
Yeah.
menopause will teach you, oh, you're going to fix this now.
Yeah, that means
Now
you're
how
recognizing
many
your
years into it? Yeah.
yeah, and not falling back into old patterns and giving yourself grace to like feel
Yeah.
certain ways about things. And that is something nobody talks about. And if they do, they don't talk about it in an impactful way, in my opinion, because I didn't understand it until I actually physically went through it.
Right.
Yes.
I didn't even realize I was going through it because I just thought wow, I'm really tired and I can't focus. And I kind of, you always have a little bit of that along the way, but there's just not a lot of information, unfortunately, in the US. So I appreciate you ladies, educating people and having an outlet for women to, be able to tune in and get some information because it's insane how there's no info out there and you're just kind of flying blind. So you got to have your friends and people who can support you and
totally.
Yeah.
I think because we just go through this like role regeneration. You know what I mean? Like we as women the caregiver, we're the wife or the this, but then midlife happens and then we're empty nesters. And it's like, oh, what the hell do I do? And when we're not on autopilot, just going, that's like the going catches up with us.
Yeah.
Right. And I think at times too, everything that bothered you, it still bothered you when you didn't have an empty nest, but you're so busy doing everything else. But then when everything that leaves, then little by little, then you're like, oh yeah, this really has always bothered me. But now, do I say anything? It's been so long, or and then you're stuck in that. And then it's just, if you do say something or not, you just continue on that, just being unhappy at some point.
And it's tough too, because, it feels like when you put a boundary in place as a woman, like we're so not used to doing that because our whole lives we've been told, do the right thing, make people happy, raise your children, be a good person, make people happy,
put other people first. Yeah. Your feelings aren't that important.
Exactly. Suppress what you've got because you got to make everybody happy. I think that it just
smile. I get that all the time. Smile. It drives me insane. I don't hear it so much anymore, but growing up, or not growing up, I guess in my 20s, I feel 30s, I'm still growing up. But
I'm 50, I'm still growing up.
But I got that a lot.
Yeah.
And I'm just lost in thought walking. Oh, you should smile more or smile. Like, who are you?
Yeah. I'm European, I can smile.
Yeah. There we go.
Exactly. They say that all the time, and it's so funny because a good friend of mine gets so annoyed when people say that, and she has like walked out. She was getting like pizza somewhere with her mom, and the guy was like, "Oh, you should smile," and she was like, "Nope, done." Turn around, like walked out. It was like,
I don't blame her. You're right.
You don't hear them saying it to guys.
Nope.
Ever.
Joey, Joey, you'd be so much better if you smiled. You hear that?
Right? No.
Joey!
People would like you more if you just smiled. Yeah, exactly.
That is so true, Mare. I didn't even think about that. You're right. Like, if you look at guys, you're not walking around. They're not like, hey.
Right.
No.
So it's like, it's unfortunate but it is a double-edged sword. And then here we come into like women in their 50s and men in their 50s. And, in the profession where we are in nurses, you see a lot sometimes of the doc with their, they call them the trophy wife. And, you'll be friends with their first wife. And it's like, they're now our age. So it's like, okay, so what, you know what I mean? Yeah, I know that everybody's, go younger, blah, blah, blah. But I think they don't want to go through the menopause. You know what I mean? Right. They're like, we've done that. We don't like that. We don't like how you're changing. So we're going to get a newer model. But here's the thing, boys. That newer model is also going to go through menopause.
Yeah, exactly. Age. And maybe they're banking on the fact that they'll be so old at that time that it won't matter.
They won't know what's going on anyways.
Maybe.
It's tough too. Like couples are like, there's scheduled intimacy. There's, things that men don't understand about a woman's body. And now she's taking all these friggin' pills or she's doing all these routines. And I mean, let's be honest, Mare and I, we know we have a routine regimen like 5 miles long, like, oh, here I got to take this vitamin at this time, got to take that vitamin.
Yeah.
And, or, you're doing your protein shakes and then you're working out. And just the way that, like, for me personally, the way I approach life now is just, I feel is like vastly different to who I was even just last year.
Oh yeah. There's no spontaneity in anything. You can't be spontaneous, but you're like, hold on.
It's like winter. You got to have like 50 zillion layers on.
Yeah. Like seriously, I don't think I put enough oil on my body or anything. We got to hold. Please just give me a minute. Just can we reconvene?
Yes.
Tomorrow.
Right. Yeah. It's not
tomorrow.
Yeah. I'm a little tired.
Yeah.
You passed my bedtime. I'm sleep training.
I just took my my progestin, and it will have me sleeping like I'm 35. So I
right. And I'm not missing out on that good sleep, right?
Exactly. Just like babies. We're back to that.
Yep. It's so true.
Yeah.
I mean, there are some things like, sex does hurt. So I do get it. Like there are women with, and I may not be saying it right, Jerry and say it, Mare.
genitouria, the GSOM or something.
Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah. So it's just there is actually a symptom. I mean, there's it could cause pain, with vaginal dryness and things like that. Zero urine inch. God, I can't say it today.
Well, now that you're saying it like that, I can't say it in my head now. So
I know. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'll get back to it. I'm gonna actually find it
I'm
in my
gonna
notes and have
just
Monica
say it.
read it.
Yeah. Okay. I'll do that.
We're gonna try it, and then we're gonna try the third voice here. Somebody's gonna get it right out of all of us.
I'm gonna
Yeah.
Well, I just think it's so interesting. You guys are like naming all these symptoms and things like that, and I'm agreeing. But it's
Janet.
geniti gen
genital
genitorinary
Yo.
genitorinary. Okay, sorry. Sorry.
Hey,
Do you
girl.
want to
You know what I'm saying? You.
Well, even like lack of interest in sex and just like the fog brain. I didn't even realize that it was really menopause or perimenopause. I
Oh,
just
yeah.
thought like
You were
this was
just-
just another day, and like this
Yeah.
is how I'm feeling today.
Yeah, and no, I don't want to have sex again.
Yeah.
You're
Yeah.
not-
Again.
You're just not. It's not explained. You go and you tell your doc, or they're never going to. It's like I don't know if they feel like they're offending you if they use the word menopause or what, but it never comes up. It's just
Never.
like, oh,
I don't even think to, sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt.
oh no.
I said I don't even think to ask because I've gotten so used to over the years. If I ask about something, they don't really have an answer.
Nope.
The answer for me my entire life, because I've always been overweight, is just lose weight, and I'm like that. So that's the answer to everything in life. I'm not even kidding you. It didn't matter what. Anyway, it was just so infuriating. So I stopped asking questions.
Yeah.
Exactly, but that you're one. How many other women are getting the same type of thing? You know what I mean? For whatever, you're just like dismissed. I remember like in my late 40s going through peri. I didn't even know I was in perimenopause, and I told the doc, my skin on my thighs hurt. The skin hurts, and he was like, you need to again work out more and go on a macrobiotic diet and everything. And I thought, for my skin, is this for my skin? Like my skin, my legs hurt so much, and it's like they give you an excuse, and then like how to fix what they're describing to you, which is not what's happening. I don't need to eat more cabbage to make my legs feel better.
Right.
But you definitely tried. I'm giving you
try.
I'm giving you total for effort.
But that's why you
Always
stop
say,
asking because
don't try
Sorry.
cabbage. It's not a sexy food. Not at all.
Not a lot of bloating. A lot of bloating.
A lot of gas.
helpful.
Oh my gosh. I think, why don't doctors say more like it's a whole process? There's a whole lifestyle change that comes with this time in your life, regardless if it's menopause or you're just friggin' aging. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, why aren't doctors having that conversation? Is it because they want you to come back for more pills? Is it because
or they don't have time? They just rush
They don't
through.
have time. I don't think they have time. And it's like if it's not something that's easily to be like, oh, they can look here and be like, your cholesterol's high. I'm going to give you a statin that's going to help it. Boom, here you go, and leave. You're going in with the skin on my legs hurt.
I think
My
that's
blood
valid.
pressure is pretty good, but the skin, like the, and they don't know.
Yeah.
And
As you're saying, it's very dismissive, and I felt that they're not listening. They, like you said, you say words, but they just have their little just exercise or get more sleep. And it's, I'd love to get more sleep. How do I do that?
Please show me your ways.
I'm agreeing with you on this stuff, but you got to give me a little more.
I'm curious, Monica, what are some of the things that you hear when you do get a woman that comes in and she wants to divorce? Are you hearing like, as obviously like 50 plus or in that genre, like, is it like, oh, he cheated, oh, I just can't stand him anymore? I mean, you hear a lot of arguments.
They just don't like them anymore. I don't hear a lot of cheating, to be honest,
which is weird because I thought the number one answer was going to be cheating.
Yeah, you would think.
Yeah.
Well, and there's sometimes I hear that, but it's mostly just they're done with it. And a lot of times the kids are gone, and now they just have each other, and they were either really waiting for the kids to graduate and be out of the house, or they're realize that they don't have anyone else to talk to, and they don't like that person. So and.
Or like they maybe run out of things to say to each other. I could see that. Yeah, totally. Wow.
And I don't know why I didn't even think about it being a divorce lawyer, but the menopause, I mean, that doesn't help with the irritability and all of that. Like, men are irritating anyways. that on
Yes.
top of it.
Yeah.
So I would say that a lot of the older women have a lot of, they're really not fixated. That's the wrong word, but they do talk a lot about how their marriage has been all throughout, which I guess the younger people do too. But I feel like the older women, they're just kind of resentful.
It's almost like they're kind of
Things.
coming in to reclaim their identity or something.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Exactly.
Which I think is really a key point too, because as we get older, I know for me, like now my kids, my youngest just turned 18 in July, so I'm like, oh my god, I've waited 29 years because my oldest is 29 to be free to have me back and not to be responsible for somebody. So you as a or me as a woman, I come in with this like, whoa, I'm so excited. And then, my husband's like, what the hell are you doing? And then, you find me screaming at Alexa in my kitchen. Like,
because nothing has changed for them because you've made their life so easy. They're like,
nothing has
what's
changed
different
for them. Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's a really weird transitional phase. I personally experience and it's learning, like John and I are kind of learning who each other are again. It's a whole process.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
It is, because I think it's like we wear so many hats, right?
Mhm.
So like you get married and then you're a mom, then you're like a career woman, so you add more hats, and then as you take the hats off, as
Mhm.
you know, oh, the kids now are gone, then you're left with just one hat of you, and you don't even know who you are. You know
Right.
what I mean? Because that was the thing. I thought, oh, my kids are gone now. I'm starting to have problems, and I'm like, oh, and people, oh, it's empty nester, and I was like, yeah, but I really do like my husband. I love being with him. Like, I'm so excited to this new phase, but then I was still just depressed about this new phase, and still like, had I gotten a hormone earlier, I think that would help. But you go through this like claiming your identity. Like, I walked around like, I don't know who I am. I don't
Yeah.
consider myself a wife or a mom or a nurse. Like, who am I?
I feel like you're
Uh-huh.
going crazy
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
on top of everything else in life. And it's just,
Yeah.
it's
Well, and I think
hard.
there comes a role reversal sometimes, for like people that kind of go really hard into menopause. Like for me, for example, like things hit me really hard in the face. So there was a whole like period of time where there was a role reversal where he was taking care of me.
Mm.
And I think now that I'm better, like there's kind of a little bit of a pushback because he's gotten so used to being like,
Mm.
oh, okay, we're going to just do this because he's, gotten used to
Right.
taking charge. And, and I was just like, limping along like okay and I'm so grateful for him for doing all of that, but I think it's been hard because and his position, he's a manager, so he oversees tons of employees, and so I think that like oftentimes for us, like he gets lost in like he's managing me, and it's always like he's questioning my actions and I'm taking it like why you don't talk to me that way,
Right.
but and he's just trying to like understand it, and it's difficult because you have to, for me anyway, in my circumstance, like it's like you have to stop, pause, and like, all right, so he's not being a jerk, I'm just being overreactive, but am I being overreactive because he's pissing me off, or is it because I don't like him? You have to really like deep dive into yourself, like where you're at with that.
Yeah, my husband has learned to just, okay, we're going to leave her alone right
Yeah.
now. He's very
John's
good about
like
that.
hiding
We're
behind
gonna
the
go
corner.
in the other room and I'll come back in a minute. So I appreciate, men like that.
Yeah.
But I agree that you're,
Yeah. I mean, it's
constantly trying to figure out who you are.
Yeah, who you are, who your partner is, and what your whole role is again. Like it's just a whole slap in the face where you're like, where do I even fit? Like I feel like that in friend groups sometimes too. I mean, I didn't talk to my sister for quite a few years. We had kind of a falling out, and now we're talking again. And sometimes I still feel like this imposter syndrome. Like, does she even like me? And it's not because she doesn't, or it's just the hormones are like.
Well, it is the hormones, because it really does mess with your like my little voice in my head sometimes. Like
Yes.
just like with my husband and I, like Mark will say something, he may said it, no, just so sweet, pure of heart, didn't mean anything by it. I take it as, well, he didn't like that, so obviously he's insinuating I did something wrong, like I didn't cook this the right way, like it's my and
Right.
then my I'll go on, and that's how I'll like be so like annoyed.
And I'll
He's like,
fester.
yeah, and he's like, no, I didn't say it. And then he's like, and I was like, oh my God, yeah, I did. But you talk through it. But before that, you get so annoyed, and it's like not his fault. Like he was like, I said it was good.
I don't know.
It was great. Like the last
That
time,
was
so
wrong,
I
but
implied, yeah. So I implied that I did something wrong. I didn't put enough
right.
salt. It doesn't have enough
Yeah.
salt. And he's like, please, you know
It's
what
like
I
I
mean?
didn't even mention salt.
Yeah, yeah,
That's how
yeah.
you do, like you just
Yes,
question yourself, like in
Yeah.
anything. Like you said with your sister, like
exactly.
you just feel so unsure.
Unsure of
And I
everything.
think that's interesting bringing it back to divorce because for me personally, I've been the type of person that I've worked on myself for years in therapy. And so I've been introspective and tried to like, you know, parse what's going on and figure it out. But I do agree that when perimenopause hit, it was that kind of, I had to relearn that and like tell myself to be like, okay, calm down.
Yeah.
But, you know, thinking about that, there's a lot of people who don't get therapy or don't like really handle issues that they've had. And so I can see why
Yep.
perimenopause or menopause on top of that would, you know, they're just now they're spinning out in their head and that it can get out of control or away from them.
And that a lot
And
of
then that
women
would lead
don't
to
have the
divorce.
coping
Yeah.
mechanisms.
Exactly.
You do. Yeah.
Yeah.
And a lot of
Exactly.
women
And I'm grateful for them because
don't know
but it
what
took a lot of work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Correct. So much work.
But even me, with all these coping skills I've learned over the years, like, you know, I didn't even realize talking to Raquel is what made me realize like, hey, you're at perimenopause. I mean, I knew with my age and everything, you know, I'm getting there. And
But you don't know what perimenopause means until you
right.
actually dive in head first.
Right.
Yes.
Or get kicked in the ass by it and you're falling off a curve.
The whole
The
brain
cliff.
fog was the worst for me. I felt like I was
Yes.
going insane and I couldn't focus during the day and it was
Mm.
awful because I'm not getting any work done. So I'm like, I'm just going to go home, sleep, start tomorrow. And then I'm up all freaking night. And then I'm tired the next day and brain fog again. So that just that little bit of time it takes to even recognize what's going on with yourself. I mean, and honestly, if it wasn't for Raquel, I would have just rolled through it, not knowing really what was going on.
That's exactly. So like for me, like mine started like 46, 47. It wasn't until I was reading my chart when I was 56,
Mm-hmm.
girl, about 10 years, okay, that they said postmenopausal. I was like, postmenopausal?
When did that happen?
Like, how is
The Perry and Meno. Where
yeah,
are we
yeah.
at?
Why are you just bringing this up for the first time?
Well,
She's reading her chart. They didn't even check it.
it was, they didn't even tell me. And I was like, I'm walking out, you know, you're like paying your copay. And I was like, postmenopausal.
How dare you?
That's like a geriatric pregnancy. Nobody wants labels.
So, yeah. But it's like, that is how, like, you know,
Yeah.
that is how you found out. But I know my friend Melissa, who we do the podcast with, we would always like, because I always wanted to be a lawyer, you know, if I wasn't a nurse, I'm like, I just really love to just get
It
it
is fun.
right across. That was always like, I was like,
Yeah. The wings.
Mark will say that I like to talk paint dry because I'm like, I'm going to prove that
That's right.
I'm right.
Nothing wrong.
But,
I think we're the company here.
Yes.
but we would always like, I would always compare it to being a lawyer, and I would say, you know, I'm in the, you know, I'm a nurse in an operating room, right? Like it's like memory, you know, what I
Yeah.
do. It's like I know the instruments. I still felt very uncomfortable and felt like, oh, I don't know if I'll be able to do that, even though I've been doing it for so many years. But I would
Right.
always make comments and feel bad for like lawyers that are like in firms that are, you're okay. Now you can't remember. I can't remember a hemostat. I'm going to eventually pick something up. But when you're, it's like, uh-oh. And
Yeah, well,
they're counting on you to be like, hey, you're
right.
talking for me. That's
Yeah.
really-
In the office, you can kind of, it takes longer, which is frustrating, but at least you can be like, okay, let me regroup. But yeah, when you're making arguments in court, I mean, one day I was really tired and it was just like a little hearing. It wasn't anything major, but I was saying something and I just stopped and I'm like, Your Honor, I just forgot what I was saying. And she was like, that's okay. You know, and I was like, oh my God. Like, yeah. My client was probably like, what the hell? No, it wasn't even on anything major. So I don't want you to think
I'm
that.
taking $20 off for
But,
that.
but right. That was like the one time I remember. And, you know, like I said, thank God it wasn't like anything major. But
Yeah.
and I got back on track. But that's kind of, it was different. And I didn't, I don't even know what to say now. But, you know, I can't find the words. But it just wasn't pleasant.
It's true. Like, and that's how, you know, so it's like, yeah, like, that's why I'm like, I feel for these women that, you know, you're going through what we're going through.
Yeah.
And then dealing with somebody, not just somebody that doesn't understand you, but just somebody that you're like, never really maybe should have gotten married before. Now you're like,
Right.
and now you're trying to go through that. And it's like, and now there is the name like the Meno divorce or the gray divorce. I like Meno better. I'm not going to lie.
I really do too. Me
Yeah.
too. I don't want to go with
Gray
the
out.
gray thing. I'm not going to run with that. I was actually just looking at my hair. I'm like, oh, I need to get it done.
I think it looks great. I don't think you need to do
I
that.
think that's
appreciate
okay.
it. I need a little more blonde up top. I don't want it this gray.
Yeah, you know what I mean. So I would rather have it be a Meno divorce than
Yeah.
love the UK for bringing that out instead of here in
Yeah,
America.
yeah.
Yeah.
Hashtag we love UK.
Yeah.
Again, it's like something great divorce. You're already insinuating that you're old, right? So it's
Mhm.
already putting some kind of negative tone to it. Meno
Mhm.
divorce it's fun. You're like, what is that? Meno what? Like
I
when
kind
you
of
use
feel
great
trashy.
divorce, you're like, oh, an old lady's going to come in here and
Yeah.
get a divorce,
Yeah.
Yeah,
and
correct.
it's
Yeah.
Yeah.
already a negative. It's already on her, not necessarily on the other partner.
Yeah, and I think that's interesting what you say about, gray and it makes you feel old, but I think part of menopause or perimenopause or whatever I'm in, I don't even know anymore. But part of that is that, women are supposed to, smile and be nice and look good. And when you're younger, that's a lot easier to do.
Yeah.
And things change when you get older. And it's
Mhm.
just, that's been really kind of hard to deal with too. It's just
Yeah.
different and weird.
And you don't have the energy to put into all of that anymore.
and knowing that you're just going to get older. You know what I mean? It's just,
I know.
I mean, I blame society.
I mean,
They made me feel this way.
Hollywood did it to us all.
it does take a village now at this point because now you're like, ooh, and depending on how you feel, do you feel bloated? Do you feel good? Do you feel you put this on? You're like, oh, I need a different blouse. I need another shirt. Like I'll be like, I'll be down in a minute. I'm changing into my fourth
I'm like,
outfit.
why did I buy this size pants? I should have bought one size up. This is ridiculous. I'm feeling like this. And then I'm like standing there. I'm like, well, I guess one day they're going to come up with a tummy tuck that doesn't require. I mean, that was a whole thing, right? It was like 45 minutes.
Is that why you were late today?
Yes. Yes.
Thinking about the
was
tummy
late
tuck? That's
because
not
I wanted
surgery.
my tummy to be tucked, and I'm not going through surgery.
Meanwhile, all we see is her neck up. That's good.
She looks fabulous.
I'm
head to
not
toe.
standing up.
Not giving a visual face. You look fabulous. I actually would think it's interesting though too is that talking about I feel bloated now, but for me I feel like I've actually had a hormone imbalance my whole life, and the doctors didn't care when I was younger either.
Correct.
And so I feel like I was actually thinking about this last night when I was taking my progesterone and all that. I said, this is probably the first time in my life that like my hormones are actually like where they're supposed to be because a doctor's giving it to me.
Yes.
And I feel pretty good. I mean, it's only been a few days so far, but I feel good.
Hey, this is good news.
Right. I do feel clearer
I
and
love that
not
for
as
you.
irritable or not as, out of it. And
Not as sweaty.
but it kind of made me sad that like I had to get to this age and then replace them to kind of get them
Correct.
where they should have been. Nobody cared.
Right.
It's just sad. They need to care more about women's health care. And
Yeah.
But women's health matters. That's one of my
does.
favorite sayings. Women's health matters.
Yeah, this world would be screwed without women. Let's just be honest. So like you
They
should
wouldn't be
taking
here.
care of us.
Nobody would be here.
That's true. Nobody
Right.
would be here.
No,
They never give you the props. They sort of like you didn't just like get like Scotty like beamed down from something.
Right.
Yeah.
It didn't happen.
Yeah.
But they
we have
actually
all this human.
yeah, I saw somebody had made a comment that they believe menopause and women in menopause should be treated as a whole system and not just go to the gynecologist. That there should be whole treatment because it affects estrogen. Like the nurse practitioner on the website was saying, estrogen receptors are in every part of your body. So if you go to one doctor, you do your cardiology, because I have palpitations when my estrogen goes down. I feel the palpitations. That's a heart doc. The GYN's they're gonna be like, hey, you're So I like that whole, like it's a whole body system is what you need as a whole doctor.
That's what we have at Menopause is we're here to help you with all of that.
Yes.
Just your like lifestyle scaffolding. I mean, we're putting you back together in ways that keep you accountable. And, we're not doctors. We're not here with all the answers, but we're here to like lift you up and get you back on a track on a healthy lifestyle too. I mean, I can't express how important having all of it, regular movement, alcohol reduction, stress tools, they improve your vasomotor, your mood symptoms. I mean, they indirectly reduce couples stress. I mean, it really does help to have a whole lifestyle change when you enter this.
Because I would like to, I think the website is amazing. And just listening with you, Monica, saying like how, thanks to Raquel, like, you need the other friends, but nobody talks about it. So and if you don't have a friend to talk about it, at least you can go on website, Menopause, and you can
Yes.
find your own community. You don't
Yes.
Yes.
you don't have to. You can just type and ask a question. It's not like, and even with the nurse practitioner, you're just dealing one on one. Nobody else is in the room, so it is so private that you're not putting out anything that you don't want anybody else to see, and you can find the help.
Yes.
And Mare's one of our coaches. So you actually have an opportunity to be a one on one with Mare. And let me tell you, spending time with Mare is like hanging out on a summer day in the wind because it is just good times. It is good times.
Well, I'll have to find, people that don't mind cursing because I will maybe sometimes slip things in, and then I'm like,
Yeah,
"Ooh,
I do
so
too.
sorry."
Sorry. But we're all human, right?
I've never done it in court, so that
Oh, good for you.
But the red,
Reason. Oh,
yeah.
I'm
Thank God.
curious. Like, has anybody ever changed their mind? Have they ever gotten to like
Yeah, has
years
anybody? Yeah,
and they've changed their mind
About
or
divorce?
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Really?
I wouldn't say it's a lot, but yeah, people. I even had women ask me like, "Would you feel bad if I went back?" And I'm like, "It's your life. You do whatever you want."
As
It's
long as
like,
I'm paid.
yeah.
yeah,
Like if you wanted me to stop work and you want to put this, like, forget it. Like that's your life. I'm not here to tell you what you should do with your
Yeah,
life. I'm just
yeah.
helping you get through this process if you
Right.
choose to do it.
Mm-hmm.
But I would say it's not a big percentage, but there's definitely people that do put it on pause, and then there's some people that you're like they'll be back, and they are, because it's like it's him,
Right.
you know,
Right.
or something like that. But
How does it normally get like, pre-50? I know I had a lot more fight in me. Like I was like, "Urgh."
Yeah.
But now I'm like, whatever. Does it get contentious? Do they?
It depends. It's always easier if they're getting along and we can do it like what's called a joint petition,
Right.
and just you don't even have to go to court.
Yeah.
You just do the paperwork, and that way I tell people, you have control over how this goes. Otherwise, the judge is going to make the decision. Nobody's going to be happy.
Yeah.
But so we definitely get a fair share of those. But a lot of the younger women, but especially older women, I think they get upset with the money fighting, because even though it's like the law is down to the penny, but like, are you hiding things? And, because in the marriage you took care of it also, it's just this weird dynamic they've had for decades. And then it spills over and think they're being cheated. But I'm like, I got you. This is the process. We take a look at everything.
Yeah.
But I also get that too, is that, like I said earlier, you're dealing with getting older. And then now being alone and financial stability. So I can see why that would be because it's your one shot. Like you can't go back and be like, oh, I changed my mind and, wish I would have done this. So, you really got to get everything done the way you want it, or you're able to negotiate it with the other party. But I think that's mostly what I see.
Yeah. Because I wonder if there was, like, if they had resources, and you can mention, like, did you ever think that maybe you're in menopause? How that would work? Do you know
I
what I
never
mean?
really thought of that.
Right.
I mean,
how it would work, because they're not even thinking about it. Do you know what I
Right.
mean? Like
Yeah.
they're just thinking, I'm just irritated because of this, but they're not. So,
Too loud. He's snoring
I
too much.
wonder, yeah. So I wonder what the percentage would be like once they like, okay, then do the brakes really come on? Because now you're looking at the bigger picture. Like,
Yeah.
okay, wait a minute, hold on. Maybe
Right.
once I get back onto my hormones, I will be more like the person that I used to be. Because I think that that's what happens. They get divorced, then they find, oh, let me get hormones, and then they're like, what happened?
Right. Yeah, I think that's a great idea. I would say I barely recognized it myself, so I've never really thought to ask or let other people know. But you just gave me a great idea. My business partner and I are working on putting together a package of helpful professionals to give to clients. CPAs. Whatever. All the things, estate. Well, we do estate planning.
Yeah.
Whatever. All the people that you're going to need.
Yeah.
But I was, it would be great to include your website
I
and
love
your podcast and whatever information you have as well, because that is just as important. And I don't know, maybe we'll tailor it so everybody. Because here's the thing too, I was telling Raquel, is that I think that this information is great for women going through it, but it's really good for younger women too to like know what to expect, because it just, like I said, I didn't even know what was going on. It just hit you in the face,
Right.
and it's like, what is happening? So, and I know when you're younger, it's not like the first thing you're thinking about, but
never once did menopause come into my mind.
No,
Right?
but I'm so
the
glad
more
for you
information
that
you see, the more you'll start to be prepared
The more the conversation
and recognize
happens.
it. Yeah.
exactly, because I'm so glad that you're at this point. Like now, I'm older than you. It's like, and it's like it's so so happy that I'm here, and I'm so happy that by chance talking with Raquel, you got stuff. But yeah,
Mm-hmm.
there's so many women out there that
Yeah.
are like, well, they never mentioned menopause, and they said it starts at 51, and I'm only 49, or
Right.
50.
Right.
Can't be.
Right. Like there's a magic number or something where it starts. Yeah. I mean, that's the thing is that, and I think that I fell into that because I'm going to be 50 next week. But, I feel like I've been experiencing these for the last couple of years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But then mentally, I also feel young. And, a lot of the
Yes.
people in my office are younger. So I'm, around younger people. It
Yes.
didn't even dawn on me that that's what,
I
because
never.
I'm like, wait, am I that old? Like, wait a second. Am I really that's something that happens when you're older. And I'm like, oh crap, I'm getting to be older. But
because it would always said it's just going to be hot flashes, and
yeah.
then your period goes away.
And
That's
Yeah.
all I ever heard.
Yeah.
I was like, oh great, my period goes away. Woohoo, life will be good. And then off I'm going to do the same things.
all this other stuff. You're
No,
like,
I had
whoa.
no idea it was going to come with so many like medical impacts.
Yeah. You're like looking at the list. You're like, yep, got that. Yeah.
Yes. My God, I used to
Oh,
pride
I'm
myself
down to
on
the
going
bottom of the list. You had them all.
Right?
One of the things I really like about what we're all doing is, and keeping the conversation going, is because my kids, I have 4 children, 3 which are boys, and 1 daughter. I want my daughter to know what's coming for her and to
Mhm.
prepare herself.
Same.
But B, I think it's so excellent that my boys are watching this and having these conversations.
Yes.
Because as they age and they get to this point, like we have an opportunity here, ladies, to like
Yeah.
give a generation of boys
Yep.
like men experiences and
Yep.
then know how to deal with this as they get older and know that it's not
Yes.
just women freaking out or
Yes.
Yeah.
losing their minds, and let's commit them. Let's try to embrace it, because
go
if it
through
were
that journey with them instead of
Correct.
like, what's wrong with you?
yeah, because I know for me,
And
I
put the
embrace
blame.
all.
Like it's usually
Yeah.
blame. Like, oh, you
Yeah.
changed, so it's your fault.
Yeah.
Right.
Together, and yeah, I think that is the perfect. It's not just men and women. Just women. It's men and women work through it.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. And I think if they have the conversations and they're able to like the coping mechanisms to deal with that later, they can have those open conversations easier than if they were just never told about like our
Right.
generation, we were never told about it. So I think we're breaking that mold right now. That's where we're at. We're shaking things up.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Agreed.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. The UK hasn't figured out, but we're right behind.
Yeah.
I don't know about that. Are we? I feel like we're getting further behind everybody. That's a different conversation.
But it's great in the fact that yes, like you now see, so like you'll just, the awareness that you have is really all you want people to have, is just an awareness.
Mhm.
Like the possibility, like, no, you're not going to ask somebody who's 35, like, oh, are you perimenopause?
Right.
But I think that's what people like, the awareness, like, hey, even somebody that's like 40s 45, be like, hey, just an idea, it can happen, I'm not saying that. And I think that would just, the awareness to give them the aha moment, like,
Mhm.
oh, okay, maybe that is, and then they can first get help for themselves, and then everything else just would like fall into it.
Yeah, because I keep going back to that. You feel crazy and just wasted so much time doubting yourself because you don't know what's going on, and all these things are different and you can't concentrate. And so I'm like, I've just gotten stupid in my old age, like what's wrong with me?
Exactly.
no matter how you
exactly what you think.
Yeah. And no matter how hard you force yourself, I'm like, I'll sit there at my computer and I'm like, God, what was I here for? And then I'm like, I quit. I just quit.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
But I think it's learning also, like giving yourself that grace. Like I know when I'm having just a crap day that I'm going to get up and I'm just going to put it away. I'm going to go cook, or I'm going to go outside and hang out with the dogs. I'm just going to do anything but think about that, because it just makes me feel worse.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
But then when you realize it, like now at work, like I'll laugh with the, like even the younger guys, because I do also work with, everybody's like 30s. Sometimes I'm in the operating room and I realize I could have literally birthed every single person in that room. I was like, great, how old? Yep, you're my son's age, my daughter's age. Oh, you're only 23? Oh, yeah. When they, 2001, 2001, 2001, I'm like, oh God. But I now, if I forget something, I was like, what was I going outside for? And like, even like the young guys, they'll be like, I don't know. And I was like, well, welcome to menopause and brain fog. I'm bringing us all in. And they were like, we're in with your brain fog. And I was like, you are, because
Yes, you
you're being
are.
held accountable to help me remember something,
Yes.
and they laugh. But it kind of makes it takes the stress just off of myself of getting so flustered of what was I going out there for? You know what I mean? It makes it like a joke. And then it's like, oh, okay. So I give myself more grace with just then pulling everybody in because they're like looking, they were like, like you said, you stop talking mid sentence. I'm like, yeah, I
Yeah,
am
that
ready
one's.
for the ending. It was great. It was going to be great.
Then you remember like 20 minutes later, and you're like, I want to finish. They're like, we're not talking about that.
Oh, they're done.
Like, remember, it was such a great point.
Way too many times for me. Or you're just standing there and you're just like, what? I don't even understand what's happening. Somebody's talking, but not comprehending what they're saying.
Yeah. And I'm telling you, it makes you feel nuts. And then you're like in your head and they're like, are you paying attention?
And then I'm sure they see my eyes because I'm thinking about like what the hell they're actually saying, if I can understand it. Like I'm just really not putting this together. And then they're like, "But do you understand?" I'm like, "Oh yes,
yes."
every time. Why? Why do I say yes?"
I don't know, but we were watching a show and it was like the ending of the episode, and Mark's like, "Oh my god!" And he looks over at me, and I'm like, "Yeah." And he goes, "Did you not see it?" And I was like, "Oh, I was thinking about what I was doing tomorrow." And he's like, "Oh my god!" So he rewinds it back. We redo it. Don't I start thinking then about something else 3 times? And he's like, "There, I am not doing this again." And I was like, "I promise, I will." So I watched the TV. I was like this. I was like, "Okay, it's great. I got it now." And he was like, 3 times, and I'm like,
well, I'm glad I'm not the only one. My husband and I don't like the same shows, so it's okay. But when we do watch something that we both like, yeah, I drive him nuts too. And he says like, you watch an hour show and it takes you like 3 hours, and I'm like, that's okay. There's not enough to watch anyways, so I won't blow through all the shows. I just take all night to watch one episode. I just rewind and that's fine with me.
Thank you, Monica. Thank you. I can hardly wait to tell my dad. I'm like, oh my god. He was like, and then he's like, one more time for this seats in the back. And I was like, I'm paying attention. I promise you. I really am.
When I watch it, I know. I'm like, okay. He'll be like, no, pay attention. I'm like, okay. And then I'll be like, I'm like, sorry. I'm like, I spaced off.
Well, I mean,
I love
we have a lot going on in
Thank
here.
God.
We used to be better at managing those multi thoughts, but now it's like one thought at a time. One thought at a time.
Yeah, it's not.
Television.
Mhm.
Yeah,
It's
totally.
Yeah.
Oh,
And you always space off in the most consequential point in the show. That's why we have to rewind.
Well, half the time I'm thinking, where'd she play at before? Because I could swear she was on what show was she?
Yes, and then I'm googling.
Yes.
I'm like, I go, she is from that, and my husband's like, nobody asked.
Oh, exactly. Mark is always saying like White Lotus. That's where she was, and he's like, and he looks at me like I'll just like pop out of it like White Lotus, and he was like, didn't ask, like did not ask you, Mare. And I was like, you didn't want to know where she played at before that she had the gap in her teeth? No. Okay. All right.
I was watching that new movie Weapons. It's really good. But one of the main characters, the aunt, I was like, she looks so familiar. And and I'm like, she's the mom from Field of Dreams. I'm gonna look it up. Field of Dreams was like back in the 80s. And I'm like, I'm right. And he's like, are we gonna watch this?
Yeah, just wait.
I'm like so proud of it. I'm like, I guess. And she had all this makeup on too. I was like, oh, I'm good. And he's like, okay. But yes, it will drive me insane. I have to see who that is. And
I don't watch television for that, I guess. I'm just the worst. I'll walk by and John will be watching a show and I'm like, oh, okay. And I just watch 2 seconds of them. You catch up like 5 series, you kind of just know where things have gone or what's happening. I'm like, oh, that's the mother in me because I was an FBI agent as a mother. So you have to like know where your children are.
Yes, absolutely. But yeah, I mean, yes. So, I mean, well, hopefully we can get the help to the other women so that way they can have partners that takes 3 hours to watch a 30-minute episode.
Yes. And not cause divorce.
And not cause divorce, whether it be Meno or Gray.
Yes.
Yes, most definitely. Well, I think that's all I have to talk about with.
Yeah. No,
I thank you so much for coming on. It was just a pleasure. Like I always like literally, like, I'm like, in like nerd mood. I was like, I love lawyers. I can hardly wait to talk.
We can hang out all the time. Well, you're in Pennsylvania, I'm Nevada, so we can love to do it on Zoom.
Yeah.
Texting, it's a lot of fun.
Yeah. Okay. At 2 a.m., she knows that I'm getting better with, the hormone replacement, sleeping better now. But
good.
like 2 a.m., I'd be like
Ask you
sending her
about
a
that.
funny meme or something.
I know. Mare lives on the East Coast and I'm on the West Coast. So it's funny. She's like, I'm never going to get this time thing right. You're going to start getting calls and texts in the middle of the night. I'm like, it's totally fine. My friends do it all the time.
Because I'm
It's
like,
fine. Do my best work.
yeah, I'm always like the time, and I'm like, when I'm like stopping because it's like I'm cooking or whatever, I'm like, it's just the afternoon, and then like when we're getting ready, I'm like, oh, now they're eating dinner. I was like, yeah, I am so getting up at 5 and just being like, hey, Raquel, and I'll be like, okay, it is 2 a.m. there.
I schedule texts to you because it's so late by the time I like actually get in front of my
I don't
phone.
even know how to do that.
Yeah,
That's
so I schedule texts that go out like at 5:30 in my time so that you get them like at a reasonable time. I know. I was like, well, I just don't want her to like wake up because God knows you need your sleep.
My sister's in Ohio, and she will text me like at like 6 or 7 a.m. here. And so I'm like waking up, and it's the first thing I see. And I'm like, she's got to stop texting me these things right first thing in the morning. I know it's not first thing in the morning for her, but so I just need to like learn to not read hers for a minute.
Sleep
Yes,
training.
sleep training. Yes.
That's why we said Raquel and I, we're the East Coast and the West Coast, where everything meets in the middle.
Yes.
Yeah, definitely.
Well, thank you guys so much for inviting me, and just thank you both for providing such amazing information and critical information. Like I said, I had no idea, even at this age. Just talking to Raquel recently is when I've gotten it. So thank you so much for providing that.
Well, thank you
for
adding
men
some
and women, or women and
hilarity
men, I should
to
say.
divorce because it is kind of
Thank you
interesting.
for having us.
Divorce is hilarious.
Yeah.
No, I loved it. Anytime I would love to come back. I'm inviting myself back. I'm like, yes, I will come back.
You need to come up with a list of funny stories. No,
Yes.
I will. Yes, I need to be more prepared next time. I will.
Next time you can give us your whole journey on, your menopause journey. See?
Yeah. Well, I've just started hormone replacement, so yeah, maybe I'll come back and give you an update.
We'll have to get the tea.
So far,
on
so
that.
good.
We will. I'll let you know. Yeah, that'll be awesome. That will be awesome. I think that women just need women that are able to talk about it, laugh about it, and not be ashamed or silent about it. So
yeah,
100%.
Silent type. So
I mean, sorry.
Can I see a show of hands for the silent type in the room?
They're too shy. I'll raise my hand for you.
Oh my gosh. Well, thank you again, guys, and I will let you know when this is on. And yes, so thanks again. And as I like to always say, thanks to everybody, and we will have another podcast on See You Next Tuesday. That's right.
Perfect. And in the meantime, check out Menopause if you really want to do one-on-one coaching with Mare. I think that you would benefit from that. She has a wealth of information.
Thank you. Yes, and yeah, we are joining the Menopause, and so you can just keep going on there and look, and there's like everything that you can possibly find to help you through the time.
Join us for some exercise, some cooking classes.
Yeah, I went on an exercise class this morning, which is kind of nice. It's 10 o'clock here. I know it's there, but it's nice. It's
ridiculously early here. I'm like, it's dark outside. I don't want to do this.
Great here. It's
10. Perfect. Thanks, Mare.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Okay.
All righty. Bye-bye.